All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com with Swing Trade Report. Pullback day today. Before we get to that, the video is coming at night today because in the morning I won't be around. So make sure for positions you have your stop set. There might not be alerts in the morning. So keep that in mind. So for Baidu, Facebook, we actually got out of today. X and Roku, you're going to want to have your stops in place, and we'll talk about that in a second. Let's look at SPY here. A bit of a pullback day, not really significant. I mean, SPY was only down 0.1%, was actually break even. But the Qs and IWM, which really mean more to us than SPY does, the Qs were down almost 1%, 0.8%. And this is kind of a pullback candle, almost a bearish engulfing type candle. So we talked about that. We talked about, at the end of this week, we've had a fantastic run here, a lot of good trades related to this run, and we still think we're going to go further. This market looks really good, really broad-based. Market breadth looks really good, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback in here. We talked about that, so we're exercising caution. That's why we got out of Facebook at break even today rather than holding on. And we can always reestablish positions, but we're going to hold off and wait a little bit, be patient here with some of the positions, adding positions, and just what's going on in the market, unless we get a signal that there's not going to be a pullback. IWM as well, similar candle. Tech was hit a little harder, but 0.5%. This isn't hugely significant or anything. We're not expecting a sell-off. Just a pullback, consolidation, and that would be good to set up some more positions, because we've talked about a lot of our stocks are really extended at this point. So we actually want this. Even if it ends up being that we get stopped out or pull out of a few positions, it's okay, because it just sets us up for more big gains in the future. Energy was very strong today. So oil was bouncing up 1.4%. Obviously, UWT back on the radar. And we talked about wanting to get back in if we cross the 9 or the 50-day, and we might get that here. That might be the start of that. And energy as well, XLE was very strong crossing the 9. So we can even take something like ERX or some of the energy stocks we were watching in the past. OAS is a good one. RIG is a good one as well. And we'll start to add those. And even some of the bigger guys like CVX, Chevron was also good. So we're going to add these back to the focus list. Current positions. Now, we got out of Facebook at break even. Remember, we got in here when it broke at 187. Broke out at 187. We could have taken profits here. We were going for a bigger win. Now it pulled back, and we got out essentially at break even. So, in that spot, we don't want to let it turn into a loss, and it does look like it could pull back further here. So it's okay to break even. We didn't take a loss on it. That's fine. Baidu was actually showed some strength today, which is pretty good. So still above our entry point. We're going to stick to the stop we talked about, so we're not at break even here. We're not sitting on a big enough profit to do that. So hopefully, if the market does pull back, Baidu sticks above the stop level. That's what we want to see. So right in here under the 9 is where the stop is, and ideally the market consolidates, and then Baidu runs and gets to our target at the top of the range. And then X, which has been lagging, it's been a little bit of a frustrating trade, just a little below our entry. And we'll keep our stop where we had it before, under the 50-day moving average. So again, hopefully with steel also, we get consolidation before the next move in the market. So those are the only 3 positions right now after getting out of Facebook and having this run of profit taking. Now, what are we looking to do tomorrow? We're going to keep the oil stuff on our radar. Other than that, all of our other stocks, the focus list remains the same. Entry triggers are the same, but a lot of these guys put in pullback type candles. So, Shack at the top of the range, putting in this doji type candle, something like Cyber here, putting in a little bit of a inverted hammer, not huge, but probably we want to hold off and stay away for now. LABU, look at that. We've been really hot on biotech, but look at that candle today. So a lot of these guys put in these type of candles. Amazon, Google, look at Google pulling back, Netflix here. So we're gonna play it safe here. Ideally, we'd love for Netflix to pull back to the old high and test that range. Pull back 20 or 30 points and then show some strength, and we could add back into Netflix after that big gain we had there. We're also going to start watching the IPOs a little more. I've been hesitant to trade them. for you guys because they can be very volatile, and if you're not trading them properly, you can really get hit. So we're going to focus on the IPO stocks that have a lot of volume. Stay away from anything that doesn't trade over 1 million shares. So IQ is one of them. It's being called the next Netflix of China, and we know the next Google of China was fantastic, has made a fantastic year-by-year run. The next Amazon of China was Baba. The next Google of China was Baidu, and this has made also a year-over-year huge runs. And now IQ is being called the next Netflix. So we're kind of building almost this FANG of China. And IQ, I don't know a lot about this company, but this IPO is, it's what we're hearing: internet content and information. So let's keep an eye on IQ. This is one that I've been trading aggressively through here in my more aggressive accounts. But for us here, maybe we take a small position on a break of this high and see if we get a big run to maybe 50. We'll also have to pay attention to some stuff specific to IPOs, which we'll talk about later. We've got Spot, which we've been watching, which trades over 1 million shares. We've got Snap, which we've been watching. None of these are really at entry points for us now. HUYA is another one. Media stock. We'll watch for a break of a high, and this one trades over 1 million shares as well. And then Okta got hit really hard today. So we'll keep an eye on, if it pulls back and holds a 50-day moving average. But we'll start to build our swing IPO list with some stocks that maybe we can deem as safer to trade for swings. So that's what we're looking at heading into the week. And I don't remember if I added Tesla to the watch list, but we are going to watch to see if Tesla can get over the 200-day moving average, which we tried to. I'm not going to go over the rest of the focus list. You guys have seen the stocks every day. Its triggers are the same. But maybe we add a position tomorrow. Not likely. Hopefully we're going to kind of reset for next week, and hopefully we get some positions setting up after a consolidation.